experience as well. He's won 9 of the...
Gentlemen, a very warm welcome back to the semi-final stages of the Unibet European Championship. It's brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, and we say a very special hello to our viewers joining us on ITV Sport and the millions joining us around the world. Where it's time now to meet the semi-finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome, he is the reigning World Cup champion and the reigning champion of the world. Let's get this party started. Snakebite Peter Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former Austrian Darts Open champion and the winner of 3 PDC ranking events. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Ferret, Go Go Johnny Clayton!
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never...
Well, Johnny said he's hoping to banish the nerves from yesterday, while Peter says he needs to improve on his doubles. Let's see how they fare. A place in the final of the European Championship against James Wade is on offer. Alan Warren a little and John Rawling have taken over behind the Max for this match. Good evening, gents.
Good evening, and everything on the basis of what we've seen this weekend would point to a victory here for Peter Wright, but Johnny Clayton, proud man, a scrapper of a darts player from the Valleys, 46 years old now, and got himself back into the top 16 with his performances here this weekend. Peter Wright has been just superb, a tournament average of 103.72 from his 3 matches so far, and pushed in all those 3 by Gabriel Clemens, Gerwyn Price and then by Steve West, but he has been playing superbly, and if he attains that sort of level, then Clayton is going to have to absolutely play out of his skin to go with him.
Yes, a final place or even the championship is on offer to the victor against James Wade in that dramatic and tension-filled semi-final which went all the way. Clayton looking for his second final in the PDC.
55.
Got to the semis of the UK Open earlier this year, where he lost out to Gerwyn Price. Johnny Clayton, quarter-final of the Masters as well.
140.
There's certainly no doubt, John, that Peter Wright has hit this tournament
59.
on the front foot. As you mentioned, he's been pushed all the way, but has produced the goods, the big averages,
100.
and he's still challenging himself in terms of he should be better on the doubles. But he is one of those players that strives for perfection at times, changing the darts, for instance. Maximum for Clayton.
Good start by Clayton.
Yeah, terrific leg against a throw, John. Delighted with the start, but he's got to take the leg.
Don't you require 81?
Just had a quick look at the scoreboard to see where Peter Wright was. He's not on a finish, hence he's gone for the treble 10.
49.
So he'll return. Wright just looking to put some pressure on, but it looks very much as though he's going to lose his throw here in this opening leg of the match. First to 11 to claim a place in the final later on this evening.
Require 32.
Well, he's had one dart at it. Doesn't want to be giving Peter Wright the opportunity to hold after
16.
such a good scoring leg from Johnny Clayton.
But you require 88.
Well, Wright would hurt him if he can take this one out.
So important, these early legs, John.
And it leaves.
The ball!
63. Johnny, you require 16.
Got to take it this time.
Double 4. Oh dear,
12
oh dear.
score.
He's annoyed
Johnny,
with
you
himself
require
having
25.
come down so impressively. So 9-8 for Peter Wright.
Yes, he will be annoyed if he doesn't win the leg.
Game shown. The
Perfectly
first leg.
done.
Peter Wright.
And that'll
Second leg,
hurt
Johnny, the
Clayton. He
front
should
first.
have won that leg.
Game on.
Well, he had one dart at the double for a 12-dart leg. And Peter Wright ended up taking it.
100.
7 darts at the double there for Johnny. It just adds a little bit more tension. He mentioned yesterday he had a little bit of nerves. I'm sure he's got a little bit as well, but getting those early legs on the board
57.
just gets rid of them semi-final nerves a little bit quicker. He used to have a good leg.
Johnny Clayton got here with wins against Max Hopp, Jose de Souza and Dirk van Duivenbode. If he were to win the tournament, he'd go all the way up to being ranked number 11 in the world, Johnny Clayton. But a long way to go before that became a reality.
95.
Yes, Max Hopp had a dart at the bull, didn't he, in that first round match, that 6-5 decider.
And a 170.
It was a cracking match, that one. That first semi was. We're hoping for the same here.
25.
Two terrific players on the hockey, striving for the European Championship title.
100.
So Clayton, 66.
Yeah, 7 darts at the double in the first leg. He needs to get rid of that as soon as possible. Is it the ball?
58.
Oh dear.
Lucky. But again, it adds to the tension, John.
0 out of 9. Failure on the doubles. Will it be starting to get to him? Might do if Wright takes this one out. Oh, he's missed the big 20.
I'm amazed at that actually as well, because the first dart was very low and towards the right hand side of the wire. So he had all the bed to aim for. Well, relief for Clayton. Finally gets his first leg on the board.
Third leg, Peter to throw first. Game on.
He was trying to avoid blocking out the double 20, wasn't he? He was trying to go to the side so that he was in no way impeding the third dart, and he just overcooked it.
60.
First dart, and you could say that with the first one, couldn't you, as well, because he didn't want to block it for the second, but he had all the bed to aim for almost.
100.
Upshot of it all is that it's 1 apiece. And Toos. Well, first one a very scrappy leg. Clayton getting home
100.
in the second and going with throw.
Well, certainly when you see the quality these two have produced over the weekend, 21 darter in the first leg from the world champion, it gives us all hope.
First maximum of the match for Peter Wright. 1 apiece now.
$45. If you require 161.
Doesn't need to go for the full option. If in fact he did hit the 2 trebles first. 25 is a good shot here. Simply the reason he's done that, because it leaves a 2 dart finish. If you go for the treble 19 or 15 and don't hit the treble, you're still left with a couple of darts to set the shot up.
Another maximum for Clayton, his second. So 56 for the leg, tops.
Game shown the third leg.
15-dot leg.
Yeah, those last dart in the double, John, when you stood behind, they really do hurt you. We saw it in that first semi-final with James Wade. How many times did he hit the double with the last dart? Incredible. From Johnny Clayton's point of view, if he goes in at the break, 3-2 either way, he'll be more than happy. Maybe got rid of those early nerves. We saw that in the first leg on the double. And then he can really fire out and show us what he can do and what we've seen from him.
Very jittery, wasn't he, first out? But the game is starting to warm up now. Clayton at this point averaging around about 98.
And that's with 9 darts missed at a double.
100.
It just shows that his scoring is pretty good, if not exceptional.
It's an average of around about 100, having had real problems with his doubles.
91. You require 121.
So 6 darts from 121.
He's got options here.
52.
Leaves him with a little bit more to do than he probably hoped for there.
$59. Johnny requires 69.
Double 6.
Game shown the full play.
Nicely done.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll feel a whole lot better now. Not worried about those doubles, which were a thorn in his side in the early part of this second semi-final.
$54.
If there's any doubt, John, he's certainly outscoring the world champion. Gave away that first leg, as we saw. Could have been 3-1 ahead quite easy
100.
here.
Break at the end of this leg. Wright will regard it as pretty imperative that he holds throw here. Doesn't want to be surrendering an early
78.
advantage.
2 mediocre visits there from Peter Wright, so a big chance here for Johnny Clayton. Said he's been scoring well. And there's another indication.
Maximum number 3.
Yes, he's playing well.
$60.
Great chance now.
And continue
Wonderful.
to pepper that treble 20.
Brilliant scoring from the Ferret. Gnawing his way towards a 3-2 lead at the first break.
59. Johnny, you require 81.
81 then for the 3-2 advantage.
49.
Well, it's a nice leave.
100% concentration now. At the back of that stage. Get this double done, get in the back room, and that game ready for the next session.
Double 16 for an important break of throw. Double 8.
24.
Well, he has found doubles infuriating.
Require 110.
2 out of 15.
It's been down that side of the board as well, hasn't it? I know he had a few darts at double 4.
Needed the treble 18.
54.
Can't buy a treble in this leg. Peter Wright.
He's got a jump on it though.
Double 4.
Game shown
And
the
has done.
triplet.
So Johnny Clayton goes to the break with an important break of throw. Johnny Clayton leading Peter Wright, the outsider, the 3-1 outsider, is 3-2 ahead. If you're just joining us, James Wade is already through into the final. having narrowly claimed his place with a win against Devon Peterson. Peter Wright out of sorts, mystifyingly, so far in this second semi-final, and Johnny Clayton, the Welshman, a break before the interval, and he leads 3-2 and will return on throw. Wright's not looked like the same man so far.
Thank you, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
he certainly
Six left,
isn't.
Johnny to throw
His
first.
scoring has been
Game
letting him
on.
down so far. 2 out of 5 on the doubles, so nothing wrong with that one. But when we spoke earlier about the averages he's had in the tournament so far, 104.73, 102.7 and 104.19, and he's currently averaging 84.93 plus these.
Well, that makes it look a bit more healthy, doesn't it?
Well, it's gone up to 88 all of a sudden. What am I talking about?
Early stage of the match, of course. And going back over the years, Wright has got a very, very good record against Johnny Clayton.
Just
Needs to get a little bit more energy into his game at the moment. That 180 will certainly help with the first 3.
96.
Johnny's certainly very solid on the double, but 13 missed darts at the treble rather, and 13 missed darts at the double. But still leads 3-2.
130.
Good use of the bull.
The treble here will leave a good finish.
95.
Unlucky.
Ready to
3-5
require
would have left a straight ton.
131.
So 131 for a straight break back, looking at treble 20. Oh, can't be done now, of course.
91. Do you require 140?
2 in the lipstick. Not to be. Tops
100.
apiece.
Ready to
Crucially,
require
Peter Wright
40.
at the hockey.
2 out of 5 so far on his doubles.
Game shown the 6
And that is the break back, and that's exactly the start that he'd have hoped for when he came back from the interval.
Yeah, 13 darter. Started the leg with the maximum.
131.
I suppose the other way he could look at it is that I've not played particularly my best at the moment, but I'm still 3-3. So let's kick on.
95.
He certainly seems to have upped it a little from what he was producing earlier in the match. This is more like it. And another maximum. That's his third, the 6th of the match.
Yes, and 1 in each of the last 2 legs since the break. So you suggested he needed to up the ante, John. Seems to be doing that. Treble 18 or bull.
The bullseye. And the 45 leave puts him in a very, very powerful position.
100. Ready to require
13 for double 16.
Well, he was 3-2 down before the break. This is to go into the lead
With an 11 darter.
13 and 11.
This is more like the form that Peter Wright has been showing in earlier matches.
100.
He's gone up from 84.93 after the first session to 94.5. I suppose you would do with a 13 and 11. Not that I'd know.
Well, this is impressive now. He's putting together a real sequence of power scoring darts.
I heard the saying at a game of 2 halves, it's almost a player of 2 sessions here. Peter Wright, the first one, just no power scoring whatsoever. And this one, absolutely brilliant.
100.
Even not happy with a ton. He was begging for one in the first sesh.
85.
Clayton throw is coming under a bit of pressure here, ton 40, and he'd be in a very good position.
Treble 17 to leave 170, not to be, so Johnny Clayton, by virtue of throwing first, has to have in his mind, I've got to do this in 2 visits, and that will help. That will help immensely.
His 4th maximum. And a very handy leave.
You may hear the 180 cry again.
Back to back 180s. And the double 18 for a 13 dart leg. Johnny Clayton, well, it wasn't exactly a rot, was it? But he stopped the charge of Peter Wright.
Well, this session has been absolutely fantastic, John. We've had 4 maximums, an 11 darter and 2 13 darters. Both players responding, both a little bit under par in that first session. But they've certainly come out firing in the second.
Well, this is so much more what we had anticipated.
140.
Good last one. He needs his win as well, doesn't he, to go back up to world number 2.
95.
Yep, this would put him above Gerwyn Price. Still a way back on Michael van Gerwen, and money scored and money earned to make him ranked as world number 1.
Just a couple of quid, just like me and you, John. Quite a vast difference. But Peter Wright, amazingly, has never got to the European Championship final.
105.
It's his 3rd semi-final. Also got here in 2015 and 2016.
That's a perfect setup.
34, Johnny required 161.
It's unlucky, wrong side of the wire.
Treble 18 would have left double 16.
And that's what Peter Wright is on, this for a 13 darter.
It'll be the 3rd in 4 legs. Ooh, it's a blocker.
A little bit awkward, Alan.
Yeah. Want to move over to the left.
16.
And couldn't get
Johnny
past those
requires
first 2
68.
darts, so big opportunity here for the Welshman.
16 for double 16.
Game
And
shot
it's an
on the
opportunity
ninth leg.
that's been
Johnny
taken.
Clayton. 10th leg,
Right,
Johnny
a
the front
wee bit
first.
unfortunate there,
Game
but
on.
couldn't find a way through with that double 16. Clayton capitalising and checking out 68.
Yes, that's the only mistake that's been made by either player, in my view, in this second session. 3 darts at the double, and Johnny Clayton
180.
took it 5-4 and starts the next leg with a maximum. It's his 5th. 9 in the match already.
139.
A lot of support for Johnny Clayton in Wales. Very, very popular player.
95.
And having won the first session 3-2, despite the brilliance at times from
55.
Peter Wright, he's got a chance of winning the second session 3-2 as well, and going to the interval 6-4 ahead.
Well, this second session has been terrific, and if Johnny Clayton, who looks like he's going to take this leg and lead 6-4, can go into that break 2 legs ahead of the world champion, he will be a very happy man.
Great response from Wright. We've had 10 180s already in this match. Double 16 for 6-4. Great dart, a 12 dart leg. The standard of that session, quite outstanding. And Johnny Clayton, yeah, he was under the cosh, but he's won that session 3-2 as he did the first, and goes to the interval leading 6-4. Second semi-final of the Unibet European Championship, and Johnny Clayton, the Welshman, leads the world champion Peter Wright by 6 legs to 4. Who's going to prevail? Clayton was the outsider, 3-1 against winning this one. Peter Wright, big favourite for this and indeed for the championship.
Peter to throw first. Game on!
Clayton averaging over 100. Peter Wright just shy of that mark.
One runner,
Well, that last session for me, John, was as good as we've seen in the European Championships this weekend. Legs of 13, 11, 13, 15 and 12, 7 maximums. And those 3 legs on the spin, as you can see there for Johnny Clayton. From 4-3 down, going into the break, 6-4 ahead. Plenty of work to do for the champ.
98. $90.
Interesting stats on the doubles there. Clayton's had twice as many double attempts as Peter Wright.
Yeah, 10 out of 30 between them, which is unusual when you see players averaging
59.
around 100.
Do you require 164?
Perfect setup.
32.
Yes, he'll be happy with that.
99. Do you require
16 to
32?
continue this sequence of brilliant legs. Another 13 darts are beckoning.
Game
Well,
showing the
14.
11th leg. Peter Wright.
Still very,
12
very
leg,
sharp
Johnny
from
to
the
throw
world champion.
first. Game on.
Yeah, since that first leg, John, the 21 dart leg, which Johnny Clayton had a lot of darts at the double and Peter Wright eventually took. Been a
95.
match of a little bit more tension, but then turned into extreme quality from both players.
One runner, 40.
11 maximums in the match so far. Incredible.
Could it be another?
One
It is indeed.
Got the dozen.
7th for Johnny Clayton.
He's playing well.
100.
He's matching Peter Wright score for score.
Back in again.
One runner, 25.
Almost another back-to-back maximum. Hit 2 180s in leg 10.
One hour and 80. Johnny required 100.
101 then for 7-5. Great first dart. Double 16.
85.
Missed that by a little way.
Do you require 81?
Yes, he's had a little bit of trouble on that side of the board, but recently he's been hitting it no problem. Oh, that doesn't help. Single 3. Let's have a look. He's got some options here. May go for double 19 double top. Just having a think what he fancies. Can't do it now.
41.
So double 8
Johnny
Clayton.
requires 16.
To reaffirm a 2-leg cushion.
Game
14
shown,
dart
12
leg.
Johnny Clayton.
Replicating that
13th
produced
leg,
by
Peter
Peter
to
Wright.
throw first.
And so
Game
now
on.
7-5 and still has that buffer, that break advantage. Nothing between them in terms of average, as you see.
One runner, 40.
This is a cracking game so far. Still a long way to go.
97.
take a look at the throwing actions of the two men, Alan.
I was too busy looking at the pants.
91.
Yeah, Johnny Butcher. It's obviously
140.
quite, he's not tall, is he? So he throws them quite low down. Very little movement there, John.
Both of them really firing now.
Do another one realistically, and he gets it.
40. If you require 130.
These two finishes, John, are very doable.
It is a real heavyweight tussle. Well, Wright can't do it now, so it's going to be opportunity for another break for Johnny Clayton.
Yes, and if he can stay straight,
85.
Peter Wright didn't on that first
Johnny
dart there.
require
He's got 2 darts at treble.
124.
Treble 20 the first one. If he misses it, treble 18. He gets the
Yes.
first one though.
Bullseye.
Oh!
99. If you require 45.
Double 8 for the hold of throw.
Game showing the 13th
He
leg.
did that one.
Peter Wright.
15 darter.
14th leg. Johnny to both legs.
Incredible sequence of legs under 15. So I think at least 8.
100.
From leg 6 through to leg 10, and then 2 more to leg 12, and then the 15 darter. It really has been outstanding.
35.
Well, you look at those figures there. That's world class. It really is. Johnny Clayton is playing brilliant. Putting the world champion
135.
under the cosh at the moment, but there's still only one leg in it.
Tension starting to build, the drama as the drama unfolds. Peter Wright a little more secure on the checkouts statistically.
85.
You spoke earlier, John, about the crowd involvement when it gets to those tense points in matches, and maybe they don't get that at the moment because of either no crowd or the limited crowds.
98.
But it still doesn't mean they're not nervous or tense inside.
Right on the maximum checkout. Only
78.
Max Hopper's done that this
If you
weekend.
require 170.
See how Peter Wright can make of it.
Well, it'll put him level.
Well, he had it surrounded.
Johnny, you require
Clayton.
103.
103. Treble 17.
Both players missing the big finish opportunity. Oh, that's not a great dart, that last one.
40.
Still leaves him
If
with a
you
lot of
require
work to do,
110.
if in fact he does get another shot in this leg.
And he may not. 18 for double 16. Peter Wright for the break back.
Game
And
shot,
done.
14th leg. Peter Wright. 15th leg. Peter to throw first. Game on.
Back to level. Peter Wright throwing before our last and final break for the conclusion of the match.
91.
Crucial to get that 8-7 lead.
One minute 40.
Break at the end of this leg.
1 minute 40.
And it's advantage Wright.
Well, Clayton started with a 140. Oh, unlucky with the last one.
120.
Still a good scoring leg though.
Came off the treble wire.
Terrific scoring again from Peter Wright.
So 130. This
130.
for the advantage at the break.
It'll be interesting if he goes for the treble 18 or the 20 in the ball. So
98. Johnny, you require 145.
he's hoping Johnny Clayton doesn't take out this 145.
Might do if he gets the treble 15.
Oh, it's on. Tops!
125. And you require 32.
I'm not sure if Peter Wright was looking then, but because you don't get the crowd noise.
Game show on the 15th.
13 darter,
Peter Wright.
and Peter Wright gets his nose ahead. Tremendous tussle this is turning out to be. The world champion leading the ferret, the Welshman. It's 8-7. Who's going to join James Wade in the final later on this evening of the European Championships? Well, at the moment, two very popular players locked together, and it is still anybody's match. Peter Wright, the world champion, leading the Welshman Johnny Clayton 8-7. Clayton now with the darts. Turned out to be a cracking game, Alan, and the averages reflect just how close this match is. Both guys weighing in with a 101 average at this point.
Yes, it's really, really terrific. It really is, John.
85.
And that sequence of legs under 15 continues now up to 10. 3 15s, 2 14s, 3 13s, a 12 and an 11. And as you said, both players averaging over 100. Wonderful standard. Aiming for the ultimate prize of the European champion later on this evening.
Peter Wright more secure on his checkouts, as you see, with a 50% rate.
140.
Johnny Clayton another ton 40. In 13 180s so far in this match.
$131.
It's certainly a scrap, a tussle.
60.
A little bit of an opportunity for Peter Wright.
Not taking it so far. Manages to leave the 170, the big fish.
$60.
Is this one going away from Johnny Clayton?
Yeah, 2 visits there with no troubles. Opens the door for Wright. Both players' radars are just
90.
a little bit away at the moment, but good bullseye there.
Clayton can't find himself the big score he was wanting, so Wright, a couple of 20s and tops, he's on 80. No mistake this time.
Game
And
shot
beautifully
on the 16th
done.
leg. Peter Wright.
Break of throw.
17th leg.
Peter Wright with that cushion of the break for the first time in the match, and is he starting to tighten his grip?
Crucial point of the match as well, John.
40.
Race to 11, but only started that leg with 40, so Johnny's got to really jump on this, and he's doing so.
140. $100.
He's got the throw. He's got a pounce again. Terrific darts by Johnny Clayton.
Back-to-back 140s. Putting the right throw under pressure. Needs the break. He's got a great opportunity now.
He's at that point where he has to respond. Going 10-7 down and a race to 11. He's doing so. I think in the back of his mind he'll be thinking, I've got to do this in 2 visits. Brilliant.
Outstanding. 3 consecutive 140s from Johnny Clayton.
May go for ball last start to leave 116, but he hit the ball.
Johnny require 81.
He's 91, so crucial point here now for Johnny Clayton. 12 for the ball. Oh, he's missed a big 12, he can't believe it.
How damaging might that be to his chances? Really can't afford another right break here, or even a right hold.
91.
Clayton so needed to hit back. .79 remaining. Well, thoughts, Alan?
Well, Johnny made a bit of a mess of the last one as well, because he's left 39, but has the opportunity and he gets it.
17th leg.
He needed that one, John.
14 darter, and he's back in there pitching now. Clayton with the darts, with the opportunity to square up the match again.
Just a couple of little misses there from either player, but still a leg under 15, so the standard maintained.
Both of them, as you see, with that ton-plus average.
100.
Yes, and over a long distance. And the 18th leg, that is fantastic standard from both players.
55.
Aiming for the final against James Wade later on this evening, and dreaming of the title.
140.
James Wade beating Devon Peterson earlier on by just the single leg. Came through a real nail biter.
100.
And a similarly tense affair in this second semi-final.
100.
Well, he leaves himself a finish, so Johnny Clayton has to be wary. Could do with another. Oh, great darts.
35.
Really terrific from the Welshman.
Yeah, he was under a lot of pressure there. Now, could Wright take this out?
137.
Great darts.
111.
To level. Crucial point in the match. 11 for tops or 19 for double 16. Well, he's been... Oh, he's
got it
gone
wrong. He's got it wrong.
101.
I'm going to say 11 for tops or 19 for double 16.
He required 24.
He was actually going to throw and then he stopped, didn't he? So I thought he was just making sure.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh,
And
Game
Wright
shown,
punishes
the
him.
18th leg.
And it's now 10-8. And with
19th
throw,
leg.
Peter
the
Wright
front
now
first.
just has to
Game
hold
on.
his throw and he'll take a place in the final. He thought that he could get it with 9 double 16. He got it. But it was the wrong piece of mental arithmetic,
23.
and it gave Wright the opportunity which he gleefully took.
well, sometimes when you're up there in the powder keg moments of
100.
these incredible matches, which it has been, sometimes your mind can be scrambled.
Well,
But the fact that he stood back as well, John, I thought he was just making sure. Could spell the end.
180.
senses the end, Peter Wright. 14th maximum of the match.
140.
Good response from Johnny Clayton, but how damaging that error was and Wright now is closing in.
98.
Well, it makes a difference of 9 apiece or 10-8, and he's 1 leg away. He's got to fill it in. He's got to fill it in, and he does! Well, the amount of maximums in this match has been incredible.
This is for the match. 100 required. Great dart. Tops for the match.
60.
No, just the wrong side of the
What do you
wire.
require? 81.
Looks at it accusingly.
Well, after that 180, he's given himself a chance, but he's missed the big 19, so has to hit the treble 14. Again,
22.
well, he's all over the place, Johnny, here at the end of this match. He really is.
Surely this will be it now. Peter Wright,
Good
and there it is.
shot.
A 13-darter to clinch the match. Johnny can't believe what he did. Peter Wright did what was necessary, closed him out, took advantage, and so the favourite is into the final. But what an effort from Johnny Clayton, and what a really good match that was. It's going to be Peter Wright against James Wade after Wright comes through as the 11-8 winner.